Hey everyone, and welcome to another video. We are on Farming Simulator 25, and we're on the PlayStation 5. Now, before we start, I've got a couple of things to say. Firstly, obviously, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons before you leave. Doesn't cost you anything, but it means the absolute world to me. Now, more importantly, believe it or not, more importantly than the subscription, the following video is a video covering more graphical glitches. Now, if you had watched the previous video, which literally is that one, well, this one carries on straight from that one, you would have got a taster at the very end of the kind of glitching that I am about to show you in this video. Now, my warning is, it gets... I deliberately let it run. I just wanted to see just how bad it could get, and I might be over exaggerating, I don't know, but I got to a point where I was thinking, if somebody had any form of epilepsy, or where you are triggered seizure wise or anything else from flashing images, strobing images, anything like that, this could potentially trigger that. So I just want to put up a heads up. I don't want to make it sound, oh wow, that's really dramatic and all that kind of thing, yeah, because to be honest, when you get to watch it, you might be like, meh, what's all the fuss about? And I hope it is, alright, but I just wanted to put it out there because I do know I have rallies that have those kind of triggers, and it's not nice, and it can be the slightest thing. So alright, so just please be careful. And like I say at the end of every one of my videos, please take care of yourself, and I'm asking you to do so now. So please watch this video, but just be aware and just be careful, okay? So let's get on with it, and you will see exactly what I'm on about. And like I said, I'm not trying to big it up or make it dramatic or anything like that. It is what it is, and I just wanted to put out a little bit of a heads up and a warning. Thank you, and enjoy. Okay, so that will do. I like I said, I didn't want to. I wanted to emphasise more on the glitching rather than the actual chopping the trees down and finding the wood and all that kind of stuff, which is why I tried to speed through it rather than just delete it. I'm not sure which format would have worked better because I've just watched it back over whilst doing this, and it is what it is. It was either going to be me just literally post a 3 minutes worth of video of really horrendous glitching, or do the whole thing as one go so that you got more of an idea of just how long it went on for and when it was happening and stuff like that, because it was even happening whilst I was away from the tractor picking the wood up, but I sped that bit up. Anywho, apologies for anybody that got motion sickness on this video. Like I said, there was no way I was going to run it at full speed or even just like double the speed up. I didn't want to put that much on the viewers, but you can see just how bad the glitching graphics went. It was awful. It was absolutely awful. Luckily, you stop, save, reload, and it works, and it clears it, and it was okay, which is exactly what I did. And again, I left that bit in just to prove that that's the fix. It's very typical IT solution, isn't it? Just turn it off and on again. Yeah, and ironically it worked. So and obviously please revel in the marvel of how much stuff you can get into a trailer with your Ghostwood. It's gone beyond Deadwood. It is a Ghostwood because it can physically just pass through material. I was walking through trees with it. I was pushing it through the side of the trailer. But then the funniest thing is, and I think you probably won't see it unless I go back and edit it, but I don't want to. There's a bit where one of the trunks fidgets around so much as it's moving that it slides through the front of the trailer and into the back of the tractor, and physically the whole thing just lifts up almost like it's trying to do like a drawbridge. It's hilarious. And also I don't know if any of you noticed, but at around about the 3 minute mark, look at the fantastic dancing tree trunk. He's awesome, absolutely awesome. Straight out of Halloween. It really was brilliant. If you didn't see it, honestly, 3 minutes in, go back, have a look at that. It's funny. It's just so cute, and it's funny. But again, it's just more graphic glitching, and it was fantastic in a bad way. Just how much I was able to glitch in a relatively short amount of time. Without any editing or without just gameplay, it was 2 hours. From the moment I started like doing the cutting and everything else and loading the trailer backwards and forwards and stuff like that, to the end here was around about the 2 hours of play. I'm faffing about, I'm wandering around, I'm trying, you know what I mean? I wasn't going heck for leather or anything like that. I'm still enjoying the scenery, as it were. But in that space, and I wasn't going very far in the grand scheme of things, and I wasn't really doing a lot. But so in a small space and in a relatively small amount of time, I broke the game. Again, honestly, well, as far as I'm concerned, it did, because I couldn't. I left it because I wanted to see just how bad it was going to get, and it just kept getting worse. And it was it was getting to me. I was like, I can't do this. I can't carry on driving. I've got to stop. So I thought, well, sod it. I'll stop when I unload. At least I know I've got rid of the trailer load. So I did that. On that note, also, the very end of this, when I've just started talking, you will have seen me cutting the tree. Right, that's the final tree I did, and it said contract complete. And again, this harps back to a lot of gripes that a lot of content people are having about this change in the way the contracts are run, more specifically the way the contracts are ended. So obviously in FS22, when you end a contract, when a contract is 100% complete, you still have stuff remaining and you are still able to, I don't know, complete stuff or whatever. Yeah. Even in this one, it was like, oh, you can take the wood and go off and do what you want with it. You can sell it. Yada yada. Brilliant. Fine. I ended the contract because, admittedly, I was getting a bit bored with it. It's like running around trying to find these trees. Couldn't see the wood for the trees. Hey, thank you very much. So I thought, sod it. I just want to see what happens if and when I do complete it. So I cut the tree, clicked complete. Yeah, so I completed the mission. They're no longer contract; they're missions, which is hilarious. So I did that, and the tree reset, which was awesome. That was clever. So literally, it was like, poof, it's back to where it was, and no marks on it, and definitely no separation at the bottom where I had cut it. So then, when I went back to the tractor, every single bit along the road that I had stashed in a pile, waiting to be collected, was gone. My entire trailer load was gone. So it's almost a case of, and I'm sure most of you have already fathomed this out and are already working around it, but if you are doing contracts in this game and you intend on utilising it to the best, as in selling bits where you can, like the wood, you need to keep an eye on how far you are to completion, sell what you got, and then complete the contract. Because like me, if you clicked complete and you still had, because I thought I'll click it, and then I'll go off and sell. No, everything's gone. Everything is gone. So it is just so final. It really is, and it's like, blimey. I can see why so many people straight off the bat were not whinging. They were commenting, and they were griping about that change in the way the contracts are have been done, how they've been tweaked, and I absolutely agree with them. 100% agree with them. Well, not 100%, because a lot of people are like, oh, but if I do the bales, I'm no longer gonna have the extra bales at the end of it and all this kind of thing. Yes, we want to make it, if they want to make the game realistic, so like in real life, you wouldn't, unless the owner that hired you to do the contract turns around and says, look, as part of the payment, you can take whatever bales I have left. That doesn't happen. You know what I mean? That's fine. But things like this, where it literally says you can take the wood and sell it yourself, and then they take that away from you. Yeah, little bit of a tweak. I don't know. It's a weird one. It is a weird one because, like I said, if you went down the route of the bales and stopped that from working, are you able to allow it in other contracts, or do you just blanket ban the whole thing, which is what they've done, and just cut everything off at the end? Fair enough. It is fair enough. But it's just, I think it's a shock more than anything. I think that's the problem. We've had it so good for so long on 22 with, making the most of what you have left over at the end of a contract, where now all of a sudden that's no longer available and everyone's like, bah, 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 like that. You know what I mean? And I think it's just a shock. We will get used to it. Whether the developers choose to tweak it again and change it, I don't know. I'm sure modders will. I'm sure there'll be mods out there that will change the way the contracts are done. And and that's fine. You know, that's the way it is. It'll be interesting to see how this pans out and how this does develop. I and many others out there probably feel the same way. You know, we're all going to sit and wait and see what happens. Are they going to keep the way the contracts stop, or are they going to carry it on? Anyway, that's my feelings, my thoughts on this video. Again, very short one, but I really needed to put out just how bad the graphics were. Again, it's not all the time, but when it does glitch, wow, it glitches very spectacular, and very annoying. But heads up, if anybody else gets anything like this, whatever you're doing, just stop, save, reload, whatever, you know, restart the game, and it has been for me so far, should be fine, and away you go. But don't forget, if you do pick any of these bugs and glitches, bugs and glitches up, don't forget to go onto the Giants website, the Farming Simulator website, and obviously report the bugs, because without us playing it, without us doing this, without us finding these issues, they apparently won't know about it. Which again, makes me laugh, because do they not have testers, you know, quality control people in all of these companies? Anyway, that's a rant from a previous game video. I'm done. Thank you very much for listening. Let me know how you feel, and let me know if you have experienced any glitches yourselves already, and have you reported them, and how do you feel about the fact that this game is glitchy already? You know, should it be allowed? Should we be in a position where we, the paying customer, should accept glitching games right from the start? Or is it just me expecting too much? Yeah. Anyway, thank you very much, and I will see you all on the next video. Love you all.